Maria. I'm not singing the rest. Shut up. Welcome back to Watson and James Don't Play. My name is James.
And I'm still Watson.
Ow.
And we are Watson and James.
And we're just doing it.
Don't Play, sponsored by Watson and James Don't Play.
Yeah, sponsored by Snickers, actually.
No, we can't even say that.
Oh, we can't?
Our legal team told me.
Oh, okay. So anyway, sponsored by Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci pays for the show. I can say that, right?
LegalZoom.com.
Yeah, that's the website you're looking for. Oh, you need a will made? Yeah, but I want Joe Pesci to do the will.
You're not you and you're Joe Pesci.
Supermodels. What do you model? Gloves?
That's it. That's right.
Where
that's
am I?
That's the whole intro.
I'm in the underground now, right? A spear gourd.
How did you get here?
So,
because I didn't notice any of those spear guards last time. We were in a different place.
Yeah, we played Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
It was fun. We played it for a long time.
You can't hear this, but there's like a little spicy jazz piano right now, and I really like it. It's just a little like funky, like a sassy little, sassy little number.
I keep my ear out for it when I'm listening to the mix later.
Yeah. So we played Castlevania Symphony of the Night for our 100th episode. We played some other shit since then, and now we're playing it again.
What did you say to me after we did that hour-long episode? You were like, that was it. That was the whole gas tank. Like, that's all I had.
That's all I have.
I think we pushed it to our limit of coherence, probably.
No, for sure. So we got stuck behind a blue magic door. A magic blue door.
Yeah.
And...
look, we get stuck behind things all the time.
Because I just don't remember. I've played this game a couple times growing up. Mm-hmm. I just don't remember everything.
Right.
That being said, I remember everything about Ocarina of Time. I have that game fucking memorized.
I was going to say, you have a little more muscle memory built up in that one.
I played this a couple times growing up, so it never really stuck. And there's a lot of shit going on. Ocarina of Time it's not linear per se, perchance.
Perchance. You can't just say perchance.
It's not completely linear, but it is pretty like you do this thing, then okay, you can do some other shit if you want to, but you kind of got to go over here now.
Yeah. Methinks you should head this way, perchance.
Dr. Pepper? Why are there 5 question marks?
No, we're playing Castlevania. It's Dr. Acula.
Yeah, I need a number 93 and Dr. Pepsi and Cherry's Jubilee, and that's it.
Do you think Dr. Acula is the cleverest name for a vampire or the worst name for a vampire?
It's pretty good.
I think it's pretty great.
It reminds me of, we've been talking a lot of Stephen King, but
hell yeah.
He's got some wacky names for characters that he comes up with, because when you name a bunch of shit, they're not all going to land.
Oh yeah, remember whenever I couldn't think of Matarin the turtle and we came up with Moidred, which is a totally different character? Those are both Stephen King names.
Oh, got me a shit take down there. Outstanding.
Although I don't think he necessarily invented them, but just the use of them. Yeah.
Oh, toadstool, mushrooms.
This is a really cool little level.
This is awesome.
This.
Yeah.
I like this area.
Oh, that's a mean fucking toad.
It reminds me, I've been getting these advertisements lately for this like hand-painted video game. Have you seen this?
I thought you were gonna say I've been getting advertisements for Cymbalta, and I'm like, yeah, it's because they know their customer base.
Yeah, I'm right in that age group.
Yeah. At any rate, no, a hand-painted game?
Yeah,
do you know the name of it?
It's a very small indie game. This guy's been working on it for a few years because, yeah, he's been painting the backgrounds.
Okay.
And from the game footage, demo footage, whatever you want to call it, that has been shared, that's what I'm seeing. It looks just really cool. Like,
hell yeah.
Like, imagine this kind of thing, but through a watercolor.
All right.
And a lot of games claim to have that kind of aesthetic. This is actual paintings. He went through and painted the backgrounds of every level of every area of a game like this.
Right on. Reminds me of...
We'll find it. We'll put a thing up
cool.
So we can flash it on screen or something, so we can give a shout out to it, because it just looks cool. I hope it goes well in the release and all that goes well, because it looks fun as hell.
What in the Cthulhu fuck?
Yeah, I was gonna say tentacles. Red alert. Oh, didn't expect dog heads.
No one expects dog heads.
These penis snakes for sure, but not dog heads.
This boss is probably supposed to be a lot more difficult, but I'm a fucking beast.
You know what they remind me of? They remind me of that snake thing on the cover of Jason Goes to Hell.
All right.
Where it was just the manhole cover with the picture of this demonic snake going through the holes.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. And then for some reason also a Cerberus.
So I have a downstairs movie story now. You reminded me.
Oh, let's do it. A whole new episode of Adventures in this downstairs movie shop. Let's do it.
Yeah, so it was underneath a hair salon. If you're just checking in,
That is a new wrinkle. I didn't know it was a hair salon. It was below.
Yeah, so the hair salon was called Hair.
Hair.
It was just Hair.
Like the musical?
And I remember that I went there when I was like 10 to get a haircut, and I said, I want to look like George Clooney.
The Caesar cut from that era?
The Caesar cut. I was about that. This is circa 97, 96. When did Batman and Robin come out?
97, I think.
97.
Around then, yeah.
So I'm 10, right?
And by 98, the Caesar cut was back, baby.
And
because of him.
And I have no, like, at this point, I don't know what movies are. I just know that I like watching them. If there's a Batman movie coming out, I go, yeah, all right, cool, tight.
Yeah, dude, we were 10 at the time. That's
Right.
about where we were at with movies, for sure.
And George Clooney was going to be Batman, and I said, hell yeah. So I was like, I want the George Clooney cut. She did her best. I don't really remember what happened. I think I didn't have the hair for it. You know, my hair was rather fine, but thick at the same time. It didn't make any... It was fine and thick, and then later in life it falls out, because it's crazy. That doesn't make any sense, right?
Peaked too early.
So it didn't pull it off. She did her best. I want to say later that month I went back and asked for a side spike.
Okay, I remember the side spike.
Yeah, I wanted that.
Very different look.
She said no.
Hilarious.
I remember her just straight up saying, no, we're not going to do that.
No, thank you.
Basically, she knew my mom, and she knew that my mom would be pissed.
Sure.
If I got a fucking side spike.
Yeah, if you got something severely cut into it, you could probably just style it that way.
Right.
And still kind of achieve the look.
So anyway, Hair was above Unlimited Video. That's the name of the place, because it's closed now. I'll just say it. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's been years since
Love
it was open.
I love this whole saga. We're gonna have to stitch these together. These stories.
I don't think I've ever named it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm getting new little gems each time.
There were 2 video stores in town, but Unlimited Video was the one we went to because we would get our hair cut, we'd rent a movie. It was make a day of it, you know?
Yeah.
And there was like a horror section that they had. And the way that they did the movies here was you would pick up the box that you wanted, and then you would take the box to the counter.
Yeah.
And then Ronnie would go, all right, and then go back to his catalog behind the counter and say, here's your movie for the next 5 days or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen 2 ways of doing it. I've seen that way, and I've seen where they have the boxes, but they have the actual movie box behind it.
That's, I think,
and you grab the tape from behind.
And it was almost evenly split down the middle on how they ran video stores.
Oh,
About
really?
half of them did the movie behind the box.
I feel like that was rarer where I was.
Oh, really? Okay, so I guess it was even for me because the other video store
there were
in
only
town,
2 video stores.
there were only 2 video stores.
Of my sample size, I can confidently say approximately 50% exactly do it this way. Yeah, you're a real fucking scientist, aren't you?
I wonder how you get that Star of David down there.
I don't know, Schindler. You're going to have to sacrifice somebody.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Oh, he's talking funny talk.
They had a horror section, and I remember looking at the covers and going, God, I want to watch these movies. I wasn't allowed to. They were all rated R.
Yeah,
I'm 10.
The
you know?
box covers were so enticing. I know people have talked about it. That's that whole era of just wanting things like that. Like, oh, look at this R-rated horror movie. It looks awesome.
It does look awesome. It was awesome.
It's the best.
And the one that jumped out to me the most was always Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, man. We both summoned that image very quickly, I'm sure, in our minds.
I knew exactly what it was. It was that little devil worm crawling through the eye hole, back into the mouth, and back out, and like screaming. And then I watched the movie later in life, and I go, wow, this is fucking stupid.
Oh, it's dog shit. As a movie, you know. Sorry, this isn't the beginning of a Beastie Boys song.
I'm trying to think of my favorite Friday the 13th movie. Probably, I'm going to go with the first one.
First one's classic.
First
you really
one's
can't
solid.
say anything bad about it. Yeah, it's if you like that genre, it's firmly planted as a great one.
Yeah, we were chatting at work today about remakes, and Vince Vaughn's Psycho got brought up. And I'm like, yeah, I like it. And I think I like it because it's basically a shot-for-shot remake.
Ain't no basically to it. It is.
It is a shot-for-shot remake.
Yeah.
So it works.
No, that's why it fails.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I guess that's why Kid Me liked it.
Here,
I'm just like,
yeah, you like it because it's close enough to kid you to be like, yeah, I recognize the skill here. To go, oh wait, the skill's all Alfred Hitchcock's.
That guy
You know
looks
what
like
I
he
mean?
hasn't slept in a while.
And then you grow up and be like, what is this RC Cola bullshit? Give me fucking regular Coke. Just go watch the regular 60 version. You know, it's a movie that didn't need to be made.
Sure.
Who was it made for? No one.
It's actually because of you that I watched. This was in college. You would just loan me a Hitchcock DVD occasionally.
Yeah.
And say, watch this. And I go, okay.
Yeah.
I'd never seen them. I saw one growing up. My grandpa had a copy of Vertigo on VHS.
Hell yeah, that's the best one.
He had like 4 movies that I watched on repeat. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. He had that on tape. He
A
didn't
lot of people had that tape. That was a big tape to have back in the day.
He didn't have any other ones, just that one. So I watched that one because that was what was there.
Sure.
Let's see, what else did he have? He had Vertigo, obviously on tape.
Dude, these Lovecraft fish people are going to get you.
I know, right? God, I got to get out of here.
This is sort of the plot of Dagon now.
So Vertigo, Temple of Doom. There were 4. What were the? Oh, Dorf Does Golf was the third one.
I don't know that one.
Okay, it's
Is it Bradley Dorff teaching golf?
There was and I'm just giving myself work tonight.
Hell yeah.
There was a guy named Dorf, and
The more things you reference, the more things you're going to have to put on screen for people because you're too esoteric.
all I have are references.
I know, it's great. It's fantastic. Never change. Describe it though, yeah.
Dorf was a guy that would kind of go into the set, bury himself up to his knees, right, and pretend to be a little person.
Okay.
It's not cool.
Okay.
It's not.
Sounds like there's going to be some issues with that aging well.
It's not cool.
As you can see, the hole we will be playing today is a par 4 hole with a dog leg to the left. Can you get a shot at that dog leg? Not this dog's leg. This the dog leg.
The one that he had was Dorf Does Golf, and
It does vaguely ring a bell as like a gag novelty concept.
am I supposed to do something here, or am I just here?
I'm not sure.
Now drop? All right. This is a stupid boat ride.
I mean, it looked cool, but it was very unnecessary.
Unnecessary boat ride. Ferryman, that was dumb. And he just responds with, wee.
Give me my coin back. This ferry ride sucked.
Fine, but I'm keeping the other one. Obtained merman statue.
Hell yeah.
Fuck does that do? Is it a relic? Do I turn it on? Let's see. Jewel of Open. On. Merman statue.
Oh,
on.
yeah. Tell me about the Jewel of Open. Because I think that's what did it with the blue door last time, right?
Oh, yeah. That's where we got fucked up. So we got stuck behind a blue door. And we went to talk to the librarian where you can buy shit. Mm-hmm. One of the things we could buy was the Jewel of Open.
Oh.
And I said, I don't need no jewels of open. That's dumb. You need keys to unlock doors.
Right. Keys are the things that do that.
Not in Japan. In Japan, you need a small gift, a jewel of open.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a cultural difference.
It's a cultural difference. We didn't think of it right.
Now we're going back on this stupid boat ride.
That
Mind
bat
the bats.
That bat just punked you.
Anyway, that's how you got through the blue door with the jewel of open that I didn't buy last time. So last night, in doing the least amount of prep ever, I went and bought the Jewel of Open so we could get back to where we left off.
Yeah, spoilers to everybody playing the game tonight. Jewel of Open opens things. All right, there's another helpful tidbit from this channel.
And anyone playing Symphony of the Night that likes the game are like, yeah, we all knew that.
Yeah, no, I feel like a real dummy.
I think the water hurts me.
I don't know, the merman thing probably helps you, right?
I don't know. I got it. You know?
Seems like here's where you should use it.
It's on.
You know what I mean? Use a thing where it's at. So
Yeah, but it's on.
What's it doing?
Summons the oarsman.
Is that the guy that gave us the boat ride?
That was the ferryman.
Yeah, ferryman. So
Huh.
how did that help us? Because we got the boat ride.
Yeah, we had the boat ride to begin with.
Right.
Maybe there's something up here that I got to go to.
Maybe there's another Orman.
Are we stuck again? Son of a bitch.
Son of a biscuit eater.
Oh, did you see an Orman down there?
Suze Orman?
Sue's.
Famed financial advisor. Offerer. Suze Orman.
These are all more mermans. No Ormans.
That's probably why they're so aggressive. No mer women.
I'm just gonna run around. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right now, I'm experiencing the coolest song that has ever been released for Castlevania. I don't know what it's called. Vampire Killer, maybe? Is that what it's called? All these songs have names.
Sure.
I don't know what they are.
I have no
Like I
idea.
said, I did minimal show prep.
Minimal is like the standard for us.
Yeah. Like he sat down in the chair and I just hit record.
And then here we are. Yeah.
And it's funny because
The zombies are kind of piling up there, buddy.
Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon, as of what you're watching right now, is currently out.
Hell yeah.
So naturally we're playing Castlevania.
As is custom.
I'm probably going to pick it up, though. It's a FromSoft game, so the same company that made Elden Ring. The same company made Elden Ring. The fuck was that?
That was a Game Boy.
That was my stack of Game Boys, you son of a bitch. Why didn't you look at my stack of Game Boys? Don't you know that everyone has a stack of Game Boys that you're supposed to be aware of at all times? How dare you?
You're going to have to put in the static sound and the technical difficulties for just a half second right there.
Was that... No, it's fine. I don't give a shit. I found those Game Boys in the trash.
And we're back.
I'm keeping it in. That's hilarious. It's a bit. It's all a bit.
Do the whole thing. Yeah.
Do the whole thing.
Do the whole thing.
I'll go this way, I guess. I don't fucking know.
No.
Now I'm just kind of trucking around. What was I talking about before Game Boy crash?
It survived.
The Game
by
Boy
the way.
crash
The
of
game-
2023.
The Game Boy survived. It's fine. The other one didn't even fall.
Are you kidding? That could go through a nuclear blast and it'd
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah. So no worries.
No. Totally fine.
Yeah, but that doesn't help you with where you're at in this level.
No, I've been to people's houses where, like, I'll accidentally bump something and it'll take a tumble and it's a big to-do. And I go, oh, dog, it's fine. I get you another one, like, if you really want me to. And then they're like, yeah, get me another one. It's like, all right, so I'm going to go get you another one and we're never going to hang out again. This, whatever this is, then we're done.
Yeah, seems
You
like
know what I mean?
seems like kind of a trauma response, right? Like somebody in their life freaked out big over objects and they developed a complex about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What did I write down? Let's see what I wrote down.
Yeah.
Open the phone. Oh, I remember what I wrote down.
You know what I wrote down? More Stephen King stuff, so go with yours.
Okay, well, mine's vampire related, so it's appropriate that we talk about it on the... No, I want my axe.
Oh, that's, yeah, good Castlevania content.
Yeah. It's what we do in the Shadows content, actually. But,
What's the function of the axe you just picked up?
I do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't use it. My normal attack's way better.
Are you going to spoil the latest episode? Because I'm like an episode behind on what we do in Shadows.
I'm going to spoil something completely innocuous
Oh, great.
to maybe 99% of the viewers of the show. I'm talking about their TV that they watch. So sometimes in what we do in the Shadows, there will be something going on the telly.
Sure.
And it is a weird TV they watch. And I'm not surprised by that because they are vampires. They are hundreds of years old.
A lot of their tech and stuff is from varying, decades.
Whenever they bought a TV, they bought the nicest TV that year.
Yeah. Yeah.
The year that the crew, whatever you call them, Laszlo, Nadja, and Nandor.
I think when it's vampires, it's a nest, right?
A Nest? All right, so when the Nest bought their TV, their collective television that they all enjoy, it was 1981. And it was let me look it up here. Yeah, the Sony Videoscope KP5040. It's a 50-inch projector TV.
It's just more work for you up on the screen now.
I know, it's fine. It's just, I'm into it. I'm really...
Super into it.
If you can tell, I'm way into it.
Way, way into it. All right.
It is...
It's gorgeous is what it is.
Yeah, so it's a projector TV, but they hadn't quite perfected what they were going to do with projection TVs yet. So what they did is they have the RGB, right? The red, green, blue...
Projection lenses.
Yeah, color guns, whatever you want to call them. And they're pointing at a mirror, so you can see them if you angle... You can see them all the time. You can always see them functioning.
Yeah.
And they shoot out from the bottom of the cabinet to a mirror, and then the mirror reflects the image onto the blank screen or whatever.
Yeah.
And then below that is a digital readout. It's a really cool TV for someone that likes that kind of thing.
Yeah, for a real like AV nerd, it's pretty dope.
I am an AV nerd.
Yeah, you absolutely are. It's fun. It's so cool. I love when like different features and things come along in technologies, and early on there'll be that kind of free for all in design.
Right.
You know, where nobody's really gotten it down yet how it's quote unquote supposed to look or how it's going to look in perpetuity, but you end up with these really unique kind of one-off designs that may or may not be popular and may or may not catch on, but they end up standing out really well.
Oh, absolutely. So that's the thing that I like from the show. I went on the Googles to see if anyone else had noticed it, to see if there was any kind of forum discussion.
Did you see if you could buy it anywhere, if you could recreate it for yourself, like what it would actually entail?
I found a couple on OfferUp.
So they are around.
Yeah, they're around.
Okay.
They're not super expensive, and I'm not surprised by that because it's stupid. It's not like the professional video monitors that have kind of taken hold in the retro gaming community. This is just
Strictly for fun.
a neat little novelty.
Yeah.
And it's right up there with the silly air hockey table that I have.
Hell yeah.
It takes up a lot of space.
Oh yeah, that's true. It is pretty bulky.
It's kind of dumb. Nobody really understands it.
Beyond
So
the
I can
initial...
understand. Yeah, I can understand why someone would be like, "No, I don't need that because I have no need for that whatsoever."
I don't know. It looks cool. It's got a certain retro futurism appeal.
It is cool.
You know.
Get back up there.
I don't know. I try to be choosy about what things I choose, you know what I mean, want to surround myself with when it comes to bulky stuff like that. Like air hockey table, drums, that kind of thing. Like, you got to be choosy, you know?
Did you see that? Blue door. Jewel of Open.
Fucking nailed it.
All right. Help that I look at the... Oh, we have a cutscene. Maria! I'm not singing the rest. Shut up. It's friendly. It's just strange.
Shout out to the person in the comments, by the way, that told us that Alucard was Dracula backwards. But
I like there was some meme and it was something about like you think you get a couple hits in and you're king shit now.
Yeah.
And it cut to the Castlevania cartoon where Alucard's like, hell yeah, I'm kicking his ass. Fuck you, Dad.
I'm the man.
And he just gets stomped because he's Dracula. Of course he does.
He's the man, the myth, the legend. Fucking Dracula.
The loading screen. So there's my thing. No one appreciates AV. Like, no one watching what we do in the shadows apparently really appreciates audio video aesthetic.
Well, what's great is now that we're talking about it, it's going to be a national breaking story. So it's going to pick up traction and really get the spotlight it deserves.
That's what it's going to do.
That's what's going to happen.
That's exactly what's going to happen. No double jump, can't get up there.
Sure as all the things in these stained glass windows and the level that we're playing right now.
Now, as the week has progressed, though, you've been letting me know about a thing that you're doing, and that is you were listening to / reading The Stand.
Yeah.
How long is this audiobook? Do you know off the top of your head?
It's right around 46 or 48 hours.
Jesus.
Something like that. 46 and a half or something.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big one.
Uh-oh.
But that's why you do the audiobook, because to sit there and hold the family Bible-sized book.
The unabridged family dictionary.
Which, look, I have it. I have the unabridged version sitting on my shelf, and I do reference it. But for long stretches of it, I've just been listening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's just the only way I can focus on it, is to do other things with my hands while I listen to it, you know?
What's this guy's deal? You gonna...
Is this a biblically accurate angel that's fighting us?
Maybe? Oh, I gotta kill the swords.
And a
That
ring
makes
of
sense.
swords shall rain fire on them.
I'm gonna die. I only got like 18 health left.
Yeah, puppet swords killing your ass.
It is covered in swords. So, danger.
Yeah,
It's a dangerous thing.
it's like a BattleBot's designed. Just poorly made, but if you put enough of them on there, it's gonna do some damage.
So yeah, what's going on in the stand? Are they winning?
Oh yeah, where are we in the stand? Okay, so if you could, just for general purposes, divide the story of the stand into 3 parts, right? You've
Okay.
got the part where the virus happens, and that's where a bunch of people die, right?
Sure.
Like 99 percent of humanity dies.
So what would you call the first? These are 3 acts. Basically.
So that would be Act 1.
All right.
I call it the dying, or the spreading of the virus, however you want to look at it. Then there's the second part, which is sort of the coming together of your characters, right? That's the kind of the meat of your story, where you're getting like the solid travel of the story, where they're all coming together, the forces of good and evil, right?
Yeah.
And then the third act is the apocalyptic final battle between good and evil. You know what I mean? That you spent the middle part of the book building up.
Is it? So it is paranormal, supernatural kind of shit going on too?
I mean, it's heavily implied to be like the
rapture?
No, it's
Okay.
it's a straight up bioengineered virus.
You're like, no, my dog is going to be fine. I don't need to. My dog will survive the super flu. I won't, but my dog will.
A couple dogs survive the super flu. Not all dogs.
All right.
Horses don't survive, but cows do. Birds do, but cats and stuff like that don't seem to be around. Bugs are unaffected. So yeah, it's not a biblical reckoning in a literal sense where you've got like 10 plagues or anything. It's literally some protocols failed and a virus that was made by the government got out.
Sure.
So once that happened, everything went to shit real quick, because you just get and it was one of those things. They do a really good job in this first part of setting up, like, people will have flu-like symptoms. It'll get kind of bad. Then it'll get a little better, and then they'll die. So basically, as it spreads, not only is the government actively trying to shut down awareness about it because it's their fault, but they're constantly saying, we're about a week away from a virus. It's going to be like the flu. Don't worry about it. But in meanwhile, they're trucking bodies out of hospitals. And,
Yeah, they're trying to downplay it, and it's not going their way.
and it's not going their way, and it all happens in a matter of a couple of months, essentially. Because it's not 1-2% fatal. It's like 99% fatal.
Yeah, you're not going to...
Somebody coughs in your face, you're dead a week later. Just how it goes. And in that week, you just think you have a little flu, so you spread it to everybody else.
Right.
And so it goes quick. But it's really cool. I love the way that the scenes are written, where you get these little glimpses of like contact points or like big turning points of spreading things.
Yeah.
And you just get these like snapshots in between him telling and having chapters about kind of the main characters. So it's super fun. Super fun.
How does it compare to, and maybe this isn't fair, what is Stephen King's opinion of the miniseries? So I watched the miniseries when I was a kid.
The new one, the old one?
The old one with Gary Sinise.
I think he liked it well enough.
All right. No, he wasn't. So he had a pretty scathing review of The Shining. So that's why I asked.
Oh, he has a definite opinion about The Shining, but I think that's more because at that time in his career, just more people were asking him directly about it and kind of making him talk about it.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
I think by the time the 90s Stan TV miniseries came out, he was like, yeah, people know they make adaptations of my stuff. And
Right.
sometimes they don't turn, like, people aren't all, they're always going to clamor for what does Stephen King think about it? But it's not quite as fervent, I don't think, in the 90s.
Gotcha.
So I haven't heard anything in particular. He doesn't have a lot of standout things on most adaptations of his stuff, though. Nowadays, the most he'll do is he'll do a little blurb on Twitter that's like, hey, Netflix did a great job making blah, 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 blah. But, you know what I mean? That's about it.
Right. That's fine. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I think he's made peace over the years with them just being separate things. Movies are movies, books are books, TV shows are TV shows. You know what I mean? You can't just compare them to each other all willy-nilly. It's apples and oranges most of the time.
Right. There's a place up there that I haven't gone to. So I went and bought the basic map, is what it was called, of Dracula's Castle. So I kind of know. I don't just see doors I haven't gone through. I see places that I just straight up haven't been to, right?
Is that what's unlit there, or is that just a different level?
That's if it's unlit, I haven't been there, but I do have the map to it. So it helps a little bit.
Gotcha.
Getting around a little bit. Because it's confusing.
Flamed his ass.
The modern Metroidvania, most of them are a little clearer on where to go. The maps are a little more functional. This was pioneering, you know?
Oh, somebody asked us what our favorite was between Metroid and Castlevania.
Oh, Castlevania for sure.
As a series?
Yeah, I appreciate Metroid. It's good sci-fi shit.
I really like Metroid.
Yeah. All right. I prefer. So whenever the Van Helsing movie came out with Wolverine, that's his name, by the way. I'm not fucking changing that. So when Van Helsing came out, starring
Hugh Jackman,
James quote unquote Logan quote unquote Howlett,
beautiful.
I was super excited because I love vampires and monsters. All the old Universal movies, even the shitty new ones, are awesome. Monster Squad, top 10, easily, just because I loved the designs they used, the updated monster designs.
Good call.
And so if it's a monster movie, down. I'll watch it.
I do love a good monster movie.
So that's why this is my favorite, just because I like the subject matter a little bit more.
I will definitely. I'm right there with you on the lore aspect, the background, the set dressing, whatever you want to call it, the ambiance, the atmosphere of this kind of stuff is always going to pique my interest more than a Metroid game.
Right. But then again, it's also just horror because I love sci-fi horror.
But right, that's just the pool of horror. So it's just genre. I'm giving it in that category to Castlevania. But honestly, gameplay, I'm going to give it to Metroid. I like Metroid better.
Metroid has a lot.
The mechanics are just more fun to me.
They're just better games.
Yeah, they're just
better games. They function better than Castlevania games.
No shade to Castlevania. They're fun in their own way. But yeah, I think just a more solid game is the Metroid series.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those, like, this is just objectively a fact.
Yeah.
It's called a Metroidvania. Not just because that sounds nice, but I think Metroid is the superior.
Oh, you're giving it top billing literally within a word.
Within a word, I'm giving it top billing.
Beautiful. That's funny.
There's a lot of firsts on this show.
I didn't know you did that, yeah.
Oh, so you say this word first? That means it's more important. And then you're like, that's not how language works.
In the arbitrary rules of my headcanon, it is.
That's how the worlds work.
I don't make the rules. I just arbitrarily enforce them.
Yeah. You know what? I'm stuck. I don't know where to fucking go now.
I'm noticing that. Pull up your map. Yeah, go that way.
Yeah. All right. This way.
Yeah. Go beyond that door.
Go in here.
To answer your question, though, overall, with where are we in the stand? We are at the part where I think now all of the main characters have been introduced, and about everybody who's going to die from the flu has died. So
Bummer.
We are bridging into the second act currently, and it's kind of going to be interesting. They just introduced the Tom Cullen character. So that's how I was like, all right, he's kind of the last, chess piece on the board.
That was the one character from the show, the miniseries where I went.
Don't know about that.
I don't like this shit.
Don't know how that ages well.
I'm like, Gary, you're a cool guy. Why didn't you say something? He's like, I'm trying to work, man.
Well, and now to be in basically 3 distinct time periods, like you have the time period in which the story was written. You have the time period in which the 90s TV thing came out, and then you have now. So, depending on the time and place, they're all varying degrees of successful, and I'd say it's one of his less successful ventures into writing that type of character. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Kind of a little on the nose there.
You wince a little when you read it, and when you see it, yeah. Dauber from Coach. Although that is how he's described in the book. He is described as being blonde and big. Like just a big dude. Like I always kind of imagined, what's his face? Patrick Warburton Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
But blonde.
So I always know, this is from a customer service standpoint, I always know that if I made a customer wince a little bit, then I'm doing good.
Sure. Joke landed.
Fuck that guy.
So yeah, Tom's firmly implanted in the story now. He's hanging out with the deaf mute Nick, who's younger in the book than he is as played by Rob Lowe. So it's a little different, but I like it better in the book.
Rob Lowe just stole that lady's shoes too. He's not giving them back. Well,
obviously it's easier to dramatize a lot of what's going on with him as a character in a book than it is to dramatize on screen. Yep. You know. He literally can't talk. Oh,
I got a boomerang. All right, I gotta go play with my boomerang now. We gotta.
Oh, yeah.
Next time I'll let you know how that goes. A fire boomerang!
Hell yeah.